Friog 18-20-23 756. In Kerala, touted as the #1 Kerala, my family and I live, breathing the toxic fumes emitted by the bitumen hot tar mixing plant. Every day is a normal day, but the residents of Kadapra go through horrible days every time they hear of deaths. Looking back 12 years later, many people in the Kadapra areas are living with chronic diseases such as lung disease, cancer, blindness, and exposure to the toxic carbons of the smoke. Nausea, headache, and abdominal pain occur. Many people collapsed and died. The sleeping men succumbed to death without even knowing what had happened. The greatest man-made disaster in human history. One of the worst industrial disasters in history is the one that the residents of Kadapra are facing due to the toxic fumes emitted by the bitumen hot tar mixing plant of Kuttikad Infrastructure Limited in Kadapra. Due to these toxic carbons, the soil and water polluted by the local people are causing persistent diseases and increasing the number of chronic diseases in every house. We are permanent residents of Chalathupara Scheduled Tribal and Caste Colony in Koipram Grama Panchayat 10th Ward, Koipram Village, Thiruvala Taluk, Pathanamthitta District, Kerala State. A bitumen hot tar mixing plant is working right next to our house. By inhaling the toxic fumes emitted from this plant, we residents, newborns, children, youth and elderly, living here are breathing toxic air every day, and we are gradually becoming cancer patients. Our infants and children have breathing difficulty. Adults and children are suffering from serious respiratory diseases and skin diseases. Several complaints regarding the sufferings of the people have been shelved to all concerned authorities and the Kerala government departments, but no corrective action has yet been taken against the bitumen plant, which is being operational in a residential area, putting our lives on stake. We have been too tolerant. Every year after year, human beings in and around Kadapra inhale 10 types of heterocyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and 17 types of carcinogenic and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PIHs, due to the toxic fumes emitted by the bitumen tar mixing plant at high temperatures, at 500 C+. Year after year, our children are getting irreversible lung damage, decreasing lung capacity. And year after year, we are listening to politicians passing the buck while we die a slow death, our children die a slow death. We approached them many times to wake up from their indifference and to listen to us. But the administration turned its back on our complaints, our pleas. India is a democratic country. So we plea again and again. We demand our right to breathe, our right to raise our children in safe clean air, our right for clean water. Political parties and the Kerala government and government officials have separated us from the biological world of Earth without considering us as human species, and are holding umbrella for the bitumen tar mixing plant owner for the cold-blooded, harmful activities causing total damage to humankind. They are violating all fundamental rights: right to life and clean environment and the right to health, inherent in Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Bitumen tar mixing plant is a silent killer working in convenience with the people's representatives and political parties that make people sick and die. The Kerala government and government officials are hand-tied with the plant owner to kill people by inhaling poisonous smoke emitted from the plant. They call it development. Human births are asking the Kerala government again, we are asking for the right to live without breathing toxic fumes. For a long period of 11 years, human births in Kadapra have breathed poisonous smoke. A human needs 13.5 kilograms of oxygen per hour to breathe. This makes it impossible to avoid air pollution due to toxic fumes emitted from the bitumen tar mixing plant at Kadapra. The source of various diseases is from here. Lack of oxygen pollutes human blood. 11 years later, looking back at the lives of the residents of this area, there are more than one chronic patient per house suffering from asthma, human births dying of terminal diseases, increased number of cancer patients in the area, deaths due to inhalation of toxic fumes, unborn babies dying, premature births due to pregnant women getting exposed to excessive toxic fumes, children and adults alike. Health problems everywhere. Well water is contaminated by fumes emitted by bitumen tar mixing plants. Human births denied the human right to breathe clean air and drink clean water. An unprecedented increase in genetic diseases, infertility and cancer among the people of Kadapra and surrounding areas, which may occur in their future generations, are all linked to the toxic fumes emitted by the bitumen tar mixing plants. The plant is installed in the soil by excavating it. No matter how high the smoke pipe is placed, the smoke comes to the settlement on the hill. Increasing the height to 40 meters is of no use. The health department is aware that there are health problems in the area during the operation of the plant. 2 medical camps were conducted here. Residents of the area had filed a complaint with the Scheduled Castes and Tribes Commission, stating that due to the dust and smoke emitted from the plant, the people in the area are facing health problems and environmental problems. Following this, on January 20, 2017, the Kerala State Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Commission, on the complaint of the local Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes families, conducted evidence collection at the plantation site, the school in the surrounding areas and Chelathapara Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes colony. The commission had directed to conduct a special medical camp in the area under the leadership of the district health department to check whether the residents have health problems. On January 28, 2017, the health department conducted a medical camp. More than 100 people participated in the camp. Specialist doctors such as physician, pulmonologist, pediatrician, dermatologist and oncologist, under the leadership of the Deputy District Medical Officer, examined the local residents and took blood samples and water from local wells for testing. Tests have shown that the plant's exhaust fumes, dust and other toxic chemicals can cause respiratory infections and allergies in children and adults. After this inspection, the district medical officer also reported that the operation of the plant was causing health problems to the local residents. The report said that these problems are increasing during the operation of the plant, and when the plant is not operational, there is less health problems. It is for this reason that the Kerala State Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Commission has issued an order not to grant operational permission to the bitumen hot mixing plant installed at Kadapra in the 10th ward of Koipram Gram Panchayat. According to the Commission's order, the complaint of the local residents had been validated, and all the allegations raised by the public have been proved correct. According to the order, we have all the right to live comfortably. Polluting such places where the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes live is also punishable. The residents of the vicinity have been on strike and agitation ever since the plant started functioning. The district medical officer and the Panchayat had initially given permission for the operation of the plant, but the Panchayat later did not give permission due to public outrage due to complaints. While the plant owner argued that the plant is a means of livelihood for a few families in the vicinity and provides income to the Panchayat, the health of a large population is affected. Living in a healthy environment is more important, the Commission in its order citing various judgments passed by the Supreme Court. All this was blown away, and a Kadapra bitumen plant is still now functioning. This study report of District Health Department, Honorable, the Kerala State Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Commission order, and the report is in place in January 2019, after a team consisting of expert doctors from the Kerala State Directorate of Health Services visited the areas and confirmed the health problems. Based on DMO's own 2 medical report, DHS report and SC/ST Commission order, urgent steps should be taken to relocate the tea plant from the residential area. The bitumen plant emits fumes threatening the human rights of the people here to breathe clean air. The negligence and irresponsibility of the concerned government departments in this regard is a matter that needs to be taken seriously. Where in other states, the distance limit is from 200 meters to 2 kilometers from the nearest house is fixed, in Kerala, the distance limit is just 50 m. Once in power, no one speaks anything against air pollution and deterioration of citizens' health, but when one talks or does something about pollution, they start playing dirty politics. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that 9 out of every 10 people worldwide breathe polluted air, and that exposure to polluted air is responsible for 7 million deaths annually. Studies have linked adverse effects of air pollution to respiratory, cardiovascular, and neurovascular diseases. Air pollution can also cause serious neurocognitive effects, ranging from behavioral changes to neurodegenerative disorders, which can ultimately harm mental health. Now there's growing evidence that dirty air is bad for your brain too. In the past decade, researchers have found that high levels of air pollution can damage children's cognitive abilities, increase the risk of cognitive decline in adults, and cause depression. The finest particles from polluted air reach the brain through the bloodstream and nose, and this air pollution causes neuroinflammation, damage to nerve cells, and changes in stress hormone production. Our normal life has become impossible here. Mentally and physically unwell. Humans denied the right to breathe good air even indoors. Humans denied the right to raise children in safe air. While Arogya Kerala insists on increasing the immune system during the COVID period, due to the operation of the plant, here we are plagued with discomforts like sore throat, cough, shortness of breath, dry phlegm, etc. Therefore, it is requested that immediate steps be taken to demolish the Bitumen plant from the residential area Kerala government. Thank you.